Hope you enjoyed your break.
It was great.
Okay,
Loved it.
fantastic. 6 o'clock, everyone. Jason and Alicia here with you on this Wednesday. Thank you for starting your day with us here on Sunrise. Today should be a decent day to get out there, maybe go golfing.
John, you have a tea time, don't you?
Yeah, always. No. If I don't have a tea time, I at least hit the range, right? I'm trying to be a professional. My score only goes up the more I golf. I don't get it. All right, so we're looking at the dense fog advisory in St. Cloud. Dense fog at 9 o'clock in the morning. So we're seeing some of this fog in Brainerd down to Menominee. Most of this is north of the Twin Cities, and it is going to be a great day today. There are small storm chances, but it's small. So you start off the day with the fog, and it really looks like it's dense from Moose Lake, Sandstone, Pine City. That's kind of where we're dealing with that fog on 35. So if you have to travel in that stretch, even Brainerd, but Brainerd's even on the edge of this. Otherwise, the city looks sunny, great. 70 degrees by noon, 1 o'clock. We'll be hanging out in the low 70s. We'll talk about a little bit of a cool down. Of course, take a look at Mother's Day weekend in a bit.
Hey, good morning. Live look here in Minneapolis, 94 eastbound at Pryor Avenue. You can see traffic slowly picking up this morning. Things shaping up to be a good morning out on the roads. You can see drive times here, 94 eastbound and westbound, looking pretty average for right now, between 7 to 8 minutes to get to either city there. So nothing slowing you down that way. But a wider look at the metro, we're not seeing any crashes at this point this morning, but I am seeing a little bit of a slowdown as you're entering into Minnesota. So I'll pop a live cam up when I see you next, Alicia.
All right, Cece, thank you. We are tracking breaking news from overnight in Dinkytown. A pedestrian nearly hit by a car in a rollover crash.
And it was all caught on a MnDOT camera. Crazy video here. Take a look. This was just off of 35W and 10th, and at 10th and University about 7 hours ago. So you're about to see the video here of the person walking on the sidewalk. Looks like we don't have the video here, but you can see in the video 2 cars collide in the intersection, sending one of the cars speeding right towards the person. That person gets out of the way just in time. We can tell you the scene has been cleared. We have reached out to police to see if anyone was hurt. We also have an update on this scene on I-94 eastbound near Pryor Avenue in St. Paul about 6 hours ago. State Patrol told us there was a hit-and-run crash and the car on scene rolled over. That driver has minor injuries. That area is back open this morning. We're taking you now to the aftermath of a deadly home explosion in Princeton.
In a matter of hours, state fire marshals will be back on scene trying to piece together what happened. And this is all that remains of that house. So let's check back in with Michelle. Michelle, you were the first person from KARE 11 on the scene after the blast yesterday. What are you learning this morning?
Yeah, Jason, Alicia, I was. And, you know, with the sun being out, I can see a sheriff's office vehicle still parked guarding that home, or what remains of that home, I should say. A truly tragic and devastating situation with a lot of unanswered questions still. That's why state fire marshals will be back on scene today to piece together what exactly happened. They'll try to make sense of how and why an entire home blew up into pieces, killing the people inside, Royce and Catherine Kreger, as well as their dog. You can tell the explosion roughly 24 hours ago was huge by looking at how wide and how high into the trees the debris flew. According to the Mille Lacs County Chief Deputy, the closest neighbors had cabinets fly off, and people as far as 20-some miles away heard the boom.
This is mass destruction. To see bent metal from the frame of this home has been thrown 50-plus yards, twisted. I've not seen something quite to this degree when it comes to explosions.
And the chief deputy did not say anything about the official cause of the home explosion. Instead, he pointed to the fire marshals. They're going to be the explosive experts. That's what he called them. So the fire marshals, they're going to be looking at things like whether there were gas and electric appliances in that home. They're also going to be looking at what direction that debris flew. Of course, all that to help them understand why this home exploded at all. Back to you.
Incredibly sad for the family and that community. All right, Michelle Beck reporting live for us. Thank you. An update now on a deadly police shooting in St. Paul. The BCA says it's planning to release more information in the coming days after police shot and killed a woman on Monday night. Mayor Melvin Carter and 3 city council members released statements saying that they're saddened by the shooting. They're also calling for a thorough investigation and for body camera footage to be released as soon as possible. Police say officers were responding to a suicide call when the woman allegedly pointed a gun at them. That's when they drew their weapons and fired. Those officers are on standard administrative leave. And take a look at this emotional scene nearly 24 hours ago in the South Metro. First responders lined the highway and escorted the body of Eagan and Eden Prairie firefighter Joseph Johns to a funeral home in Jordan. Johns died while off duty early Sunday morning after a shootout in a parking lot near a bar in South Minneapolis. It's not clear if he was targeted, and police haven't arrested anyone.
This morning, more programs and jobs could soon be on the chopping block at St. Cloud State University. All of this happening after the outgoing president left her post earlier than expected. Here's what we know.
I'm Jennifer Hoff. For the third time in a year, St. Cloud State University is planning to cut dozens of programs and faculty in what the acting president says is the largest round of cuts yet to balance a budget in the millions. Some of the 46 majors that are proposed to be cut include criminal justice and economics and impact about 10% of students. Some of the 50 minors include film production and ethnic studies. The school says this is all part of a 5-year plan, and on top of these cuts is implementing other cost-saving measures like reducing overtime and sidewalk maintenance.
In the last 9 hours, the Senate Ethics Subcommittee voted to put a hearing for State Senator Nicole Mitchell on pause until June 12th. That's 2 days after Mitchell's next court appearance for felony burglary. The Woodbury Democrat sat at the witness table last night, but on the advice of her lawyer, did not answer any questions about her case. The panel is deadlocked over what their next move should be.
And is Senator Mitchell or Mr. Ringstrom willing to give a release of body cam footage?
She does not get to make that decision. I make that decision. She gets to decide whether she pleads guilty or not guilty, and whether it's a jury trial or a court trial.
Republicans are seeking to have Mitchell expelled before the end of the session, or at least barred from voting. Her vote is important to Democrats since the Senate's nearly evenly split, and Mitchell's vote can serve as the tiebreaker.
Starting in January, companies like Ticketmaster and StubHub will have to show Minnesotans the total cost of their tickets up front. Governor Walz signed the new rules into law less than 24 hours ago. All of this stems, of course, from Taylor Swift's Eras Tour in late 2022. Fans were battling online bots trying to buy up tickets to resell for more money. Sometimes more than one copy of a ticket was sold. This new law stops this from happening. So with the new changes, the price of tickets will look a little bit higher because of all the fees being included right away.
Well, if you're heading to the airport in the next few hours, you may notice some emergency crews nearby. But don't worry, it's nothing that's going to slow down any of your flight status this morning. Starting at 8 this morning, the airport's doing an emergency response exercise with help from MPD and MFD, as well as other agencies. The exercise is going to last until 1 o'clock this afternoon.
If you live in Minneapolis, you could soon be paying more for property taxes. In the last 24 hours, Mayor Frey delivered his State of the City address. He outlined a difficult situation for the city, with less taxes coming in from commercial properties and businesses and several large union contracts in the coming months. He says those will likely raise wages for more than 1,000 city employees. To fill the gap, Mayor Frey is projecting a property tax increase of at least 6.1%.
The money's got to come from somewhere. So that burden of a regressive tax, it shifts to our residents. Both homeowners and, by the way, renters. Regardless of what people might tell you, renters pay property taxes also through the rent.
Financial experts say commercial property has lost more than 8% of its value on average. So when values go down, the tax rate must increase to fill the gap.